Well, I hope I can line this up right, but we're gonna kick off this Super Bowl episode. Interesting start to the game. The game hasn't started yet, but welcome to another episode of Moving with Life. This will be up at some point. That was an interesting Star Spangled Banner national anthem. The beginning, I was like, "What are you doing?" And then Sullivan, I don't know how for her first name, Sullivan came in, and the whole full band. And then once you get going, it fires me up. I don't know about you, but hearing it every time I get to hear it, it fires me up. But Super Bowl Sunday, today's the 7th. I was gonna also have like my dad on, just via phone, not really video, but just at least audio from him. But they're barbecuing somewhere, not home. So I'm like, well, we'll just carry on appropriately and then go from there. But yeah, pretty cool. Little intros there. Interesting seeing the Space Force. Let me lower this real quick for a bit. The Space Force flag up there. That's the first time I've seen it at a actual national public event, whatever. So we'll see where that goes. But yeah, getting ready to kick off my predictions. I don't have a prediction. I'm kind of already biased. I think Tom Brady will pull it off. He's already proved that just because he's not with the Patriots doesn't mean that he can't still win, or he doesn't have a winning mindset, or whatever. Whatever you think it can be. This isn't why I wanted to mention the Pro Bowl story that I mentioned on the most recent podcast, but back in the day, it was elementary school, and I got to be in charge of sports, and that was I took it serious. I actually took it serious. And that week, I guess the only one I remember because of all there's like drama, and it's middle school, so it's like not even middle school, it's elementary school, and they let us do this project, and it was cool. But then it turned from one newspaper to another newspaper, and then it was this big old mess, and so then they eventually stopped. But I just remember covering, writing about the Pro Bowl, and now I actually remember. I remember in my head the the printout, because it was terrible, because it wasn't even like professionally done. We didn't have scanners yet available to us like the way we have now, phones that can take good pictures that we can just email to ourselves and just do it. And now they're back. They're gonna do the coin toss here pretty soon. I'll be making little adjustments because sometimes you think that everything's done, good to go, and then there's little things that I'm like, okay, I need to fix that real quick. It's pretty cool. They have the little girl, I think her last name's Lorman. I'll look that up. She's the female that did the poem at the inauguration. She's good. She's really good. What's her name? Just give me her name. Why did it make it so difficult? Poem. Amanda Gorman, that's her name. cool little segment going into the. I do wish I was also had more because I would have the. I would have the Burt Kreischer and Tom Segura with Warren Sapp, the big game live stream that they're doing right now. Which maybe well they've already started. They've been talking, and I'm kind of I'm getting my groove on here. So that's my mom. It's like put my mask back on, waving. That's pretty cool. Good for them. It's cool seeing people again at the football game. So Kelsey for the Kansas City Chiefs is the captain for the Chiefs. I'm trying to see who number 50. There's a 5 and it looks like a 4. Whoever number 54 is. No, yeah. Let me see. It looks like a 5 and a 4 for the Buccaneers. Interesting. Also, like I know they've mentioned this on ESPN and whatnot and NFL Network, where this is the first time I think where there's actually a home field game for one of the Super Bowl contestants. You know, usually it's a neutral site. Usually it's Cool. So yeah, number 54. I couldn't see his last name, but I'll see who that is. David, something David, probably a linebacker or something for the Buccaneers. Kansas City Chiefs defer to the second half, so Buccaneers will get the ball first. I think Burt Kreischer was already talking about how he expects 3 touchdowns done by. 3 touchdowns by the Bucks in the first quarter, which would be interesting. Again, I'm super biased right now. Oh shit! Cancel. Just gonna close this, and we'll see what happens. Yeah, I guess I could have, or I can have that live stream going too, but no, we're just gonna stick to the. I've already talked about that, so cool. I'm looking forward to this. Going back to the Pro Bowl story, I just remember that happening. There was one newspaper, and then it was 2 newspapers because these 2 other people didn't get along, so they separated and did their own thing. And then it turned into this big mess where the teacher's like, this is not what this is for. This is to, spread the news, blah, blah, blah. And it was probably the only story that I remember actually. No, because I think maybe I did like track. Maybe it was all together. Maybe it was. I can't remember. But definitely cover the Pro Bowl, cover some local track and field, our track and field meets and whatnot. It was probably just one. Definitely the Pro Bowl. But I still remember that. It was like, man, the 5th grade, maybe the 5th grade. Maybe. That's pretty cool. I am curious to, I don't even remember who the halftime show is going to be. I'm looking forward to, hopefully there's some good commercials. I feel like the past couple years, it's been sloppy. And being Sunday, did I even watch? I don't know if I watched the Super Bowl last year because I wasn't here. I was on the East Coast. Definitely watched fights and stuff, but I can't remember if I got to watch the game or not last year. It was Kansas City and somebody. So February, I was in the middle of going through some stuff. So we'll see what happens. I'm looking forward to. What I do hope is that it's not a blowout. I want it to be a game. It's like I talked about for the Conor and Poirier fight. I wanted to see blood. At the very least, I wanted it to be a good fight. The same thing here. I always appreciate a battle. I forgot what game. I think it was when Peyton Manning took the Broncos to the Super Bowl. This was a few years ago, maybe 26, whenever it was, maybe 2016 or 2017. It don't matter, but it was around then that I was like. I remember it being a blow. One of those games, it was a blowout. One of those Super Bowls, it was a blowout. And it wasn't fun anymore. And then I wasn't entertained. It became about the halftime show and all this other glamour. And it's pretty cool because maybe that's what the pandemic has kind of done for us. Is kind of gone. It's driven back. And yes, there's gonna be a lot of entertainment. There's gonna be a lot of. I'm hoping the commercials are good. And I hope that the halftime show is good and whatever. So they just kicked off, and we're gonna kick it off. And as we go, this is my first time doing this, and it's obviously not live. This isn't like I'm not live streaming. I would have liked to have done that myself. I would have live streamed it on YouTube and then go about it. Go about my business. Um, but yeah. So I'll be saying some stats as I'm going. If you're a football fan, then you probably know these stats better than I do. I'm a football fan. I'm not I don't have a team or I'm from Texas, but I don't have a team or a player or whatever. A lot of things now have come down to the players and what they're wearing, what they're doing, who they're with. Obviously what they use their money for, which even then, the football players they do a lot of good too. They help the kid. There's all these little programs, and obviously given COVID, they weren't able to do a lot of that, like that Play 60 and encouraging being outdoors and whatnot. And I didn't watch enough regular season football to keep up. Once we got into the playoffs, I started keeping up kind of. I was rooting for the Bills. I really wanted, just because the Bills, even the Bills and the Bucks, even though Tom Brady's playing for the Bucks now, I feel like the Bills and the Bucks would have it would just change the game. Patrick Mahomes took Kansas City to the Super Bowl last year, and here we are. No, here we are. But it's cool because it just goes to show how good Patrick Mahomes and the team. He has Kelsey, he has Hill. I don't know too many people on the defense for Kansas City, but there's enough players there's a few players of names that I actually know of, considering I don't keep up with a week to week basis of football. So Buccaneers go 4-out this first drive. Pretty fast. I didn't even in talking right now. I didn't realize that they went through 3 downs already, but it is what it is, and we're gonna they're gonna punt it off and see what happens next. I wish I would brought more water. So it is water. It just has protein left over. I've been trying that Jocko Milk, which is good. I've been mixing it with my old protein that I used to get from Walmart. I'm not. It was always used as more of a filler, not like a specific use, like meal replacement or anything like that. But that's what this drink is. So it's nothing more than that. Got a bounce. It'll be the Kansas City's ball at the 34, roughly. Luckily, they didn't go to Patrick Mahomes' second Super Bowl start, youngest QB all time, Super Bowl MVP for last year. Cool. I mean, he's 25. He has. They were doing some interviews. He has a kid on the way. He'll be 26 this year, 2021. Interesting, man. At 25. It is. I mean, in my opinion, it's a lot of pressure. Trying to go through this, like these are 2 big games, and he's. I talk to this about with my friends and some other people that I know around the area, and to step up to the plate, it's pretty crazy. Ooh, that was a weird tackle. Pringle, number 13, caught the ball. But yeah, it's cool seeing that because not everybody gets the opportunities that Patrick Mahomes has gotten. Maybe there have been, I don't have someone helping me do like research or anything. I'm just here talking as the game is rolling. But it's cool. It's cool seeing someone like that, and he's only a few years younger than me, so it's not like he's super young. But he's stepped up. I mean, considering he was 23, 24 last. Let's say 24 last year. He was 25 now for this Super Bowl. It's pretty cool. It goes back to that. I'll go back to. I'll go to the next point, but it goes back to. So you can convert. Patrick Mahomes running. and he got the first down. Man, he got the space. You know, they're playing some type of zone or man to man, and nothing. I guess tying in still as the game's kicking off here. I'm glad Tony Romo's calling the game. I know. I think they had announced. I've forgotten. I feel like that was like last year or something that they had said. Oh, Tony Romo was called this year's Super Bowl, but no, that's this year. Given that's on CBS and Tony Romo will work for CBS now doing the but Tony Romo's so awesome and his ability to know what's going to come next by the whatever team's on offense, and you know he calls it pretty straightforward. He's very fair in his approach to watching each team play during the regular season, playoffs, and now here we are in the Super Bowl. Really cool. He always got a lot of shit for the game for when he was playing quarterback and whatnot, but it's different when you're detached. Jago talked about it all the time where you have to detach your emotions to be able to to perform and make the right call and do what you got to do. But that goes also for physical detachment of detaching yourself from the game when you're actually playing, throwing the ball, looking for your receivers, to then having a big screen, having a bird's eye view of what's going on down in the field. And Tony Romo, he kills it. He kills it with being able to kind of read the minds of the coaches and the quarterbacks and knowing what they're going to do next. Oh, Pierre Paul's still playing? I didn't know that. I didn't even know. This is really cool. They're down again. Ooh. He was a little off. Well, Kansas City converts the first couple third downs or first third down. Then now it's 4th and 8. And I will assume that the Kansas City will give the ball back to Buccaneers. I'm trying to see how much time is left in the first quarter because they've gone through these first two series pretty fast. So, 11:29 left in the first quarter still. So, it's obviously still early, super early in the game. Man, almost had it. It was a good bounce. It was good on the punter. Got it probably between the 5 and the 0 yard line. But the defensive guys weren't able to stop it and hold it. So I think it comes back to the 20 or the 25 now. It's pretty cool. Let me see. So yeah, that's. Anyways, going back, I never finished the Pro Bowl story, but I just remember doing the Pro Bowl. Like, hey, Andy, what are you doing? I'm working the Pro Bowl. Like, oh, who's playing or whatever, and I remember feeling so just like not overly confident. It was just like, oh, like these people are playing, and I think I watched the game, and it's like I watched the game, and I was giving my breakdown of what happened in the game. Now, man, even if I would try to do it now, I feel like it'd be like kind of me now where I go off on my tangent, then I find another tangent, and then find another tangent, and then kind of never get to my closing point to then move on to the next story. It's interesting though, because taking that on, at that time, it's like just the opportunity to do that. It's interesting now that I'm thinking about it in retrospect. Man, that for one, that was a long time ago. For two, it's like, oh, I was covering these stories and I was doing this for the school and whatnot, and then it didn't last too long. Just because, like I said, there's just literally elementary drama, and I was like, what? It was crazy. It was funny. I'm looking forward to baseball season coming up. Not too much. I mean, basketball kind of started. I'm not too big of a basketball fan since like Tim Duncan and all them are kind of retired. They've kind of been falling off, and then when they traded Kawhi Leonard, realizing that he actually wasn't a good fit for the Spurs anymore. Once the veterans left, it's changed a lot, and then after that, I really just fell off what the Spurs were doing anymore. That the Spurs are probably the only team, along with the Rangers. You know, I am an Astros fan, but I think the Spurs of all the sports is the only team that I'm like I was not a Houston Rockets fan. I don't like James Harden. Is it James Harden? I forgot his name. I'll look it up. Isn't James Harden the freaking... No, James Corden is the CBS guy. James... No, yeah, I'm right. So that guy, the guy that just got traded to whatever other team, to the Nets or whoever. Um, not a fan of these egos. Considering, yes, we know you're a pro. Yes, you make a ton of money, but you know it's still a team, and these players that they do it themselves. It's just not me, and that's why I think I like the Spurs the most. Ooh, good run. He broke that 10. So the Bucks just got their first down, getting to the 11-minute mark now. Cool. That's a good way to start. But yeah, Spurs are probably the only team that I actually became or actually was a fan outright. Versus, like I said, I like the Rangers and the Astros as far as baseball. Texans and the Cowboys, you know, I'm really indifferent about those teams. I think I pull more for the Texans and the Cowboys, but you know, if either one's playing, I'm likely going for the home team. And I haven't played football in so long. I mean, for fun, and then like I didn't play football in high school, so I chose the drum line. I was in middle school. I can't remember if it was 6th or 7th, but I was definitely in middle school when that movie Drumline came out with Nick Cannon. That was like a game changer at school and just in general. Everybody wanted to be on the drum line, and everybody wanted to. I remember this guy. I'll call him Roy. His name's not Roy, but it starts with an R. But I just remember one time they were getting ready for like the parade or something. So they were marching, quote unquote, marching in the parking lot to get ready for the parade. And so I was in 6th grade. For this story, I was in 6th grade. And I remember walking to PE. This guy, Roy, he's like, man, you know, fucking quit, man. Quit. You know, this marching, you know, it sucks. And blah, blah, blah. And making this big old deal about marching band, and at the time he's a year older than me, so 7th grade at the time. I was in 6th grade. I was like, oh, like, you know, cool. But it's like, but even then I was like, heck no, like that's, if anything, if all this other crap that we have to do, as far as orchestral music and concert music, it's like that's like all I want to do is just, if I could do marching band forever, that's all I wanted to do. If I were allowed to, that's all I would do. But I remember that. But anyways, yeah, I definitely played like Pop Warner for like 2 years. I guess I played 2 years and then played football in school, 7th and 8th grade. And then upon going to being a freshman, it was time to choose, and really what allowed me to, that was a weird little, so at the 8:29 mark ish, for those of you that are curious, that just happened where they touched the ball, but then they weren't sure it looked like it could be a fumble or it was out or something. They thought it was going to go out of bounds. It didn't go out of bounds. But Chiefs had the ball back. 8:29 left in the first. But yeah, I played 7th grade, 8th grade, and then if I made the drum line, I wasn't going to play football. If I didn't make the drum line and was a part of the pit or, you know, the percussion section, I was going to play football. But, you know, I still worked my ass off to make the drumline my freshman year of high school, and there's some stuff in there that I'll get to eventually, as far as like leadership and, you know, learning many years later how terrible of a I'll say person and leader I was at that, you know, in those years, that I should have been better as far as leadership and being given responsibility of two other players that hadn't marched before. This is my third year marching, and it's like I could have been a better person. I could have helped them grow, but my ego was too big, and I didn't want anybody to be better than me. Considering I still worked my butt off, but in that I was like, well, yeah, I worked my butt off, so I don't want anybody to be better than me. That's one of those things that I've learned to live with now, and I've learned to live with now, and it's definitely a big reason as to why I do things now the way I do things, and my want to help and be better than I used to be, because I remember all those little things and all those memories, or all the situations, all those little scenarios where I could have been just a better person to my team, and so yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to learn that stuff. I'm so glad this game starts early here, because it's already like it's gonna be 6 back in Texas, and it's like, given that I have work, given that I have work tomorrow, it's like I'm glad this is happening right now, because then I can I'll do this right now, and then as soon as the game's over and we're done with everything and see who the winner is, it'll be my time to sign off, and then my time to sign off and go to sleep, because I have work tomorrow. So it did go out of bounds. That's what they weren't sure of. I guess you could say I'm going for the Bucks. I'm like, oh, go Bucks, stop them. But I have no wager. I have nothing. I just feel like Tom Brady's gonna win, and that's gonna be it. But it'll be interesting seeing who comes up with the first touchdown now, because we're reaching halfway through the first quarter, and no one's scored yet, which is cool. I mean, so far it's a battle. We're gonna see who comes up first to put some points on the board. Seems like they got a first down. Nice. Man, these guys being old. These guys are graduating college in 2019 and whatnot. And it's like, geez, I've already been out of school since 2015. Oof, that was a good hit. Cool. Try not to run out of little stories and my own little interludes. Oh, the Weeknd's gonna be. Oh, that's right, because they had that commercial too, dealing with the Weeknd. That's pretty cool. It's a cool story about the Weeknd. So Luis, I feel like I have mentioned it on the podcast, whether it's with my friends or by myself, but he had told me about the Weeknd a while, like years ago. I'll say a year or two before he hit. Ooh, there's a flag on the play. But I remember he's like, "Hey man, listen to this guy. He sounds like Michael Jackson. He has this certain like rhythm and his this feel behind his music." And I listened to him like, man, like for one, yes, you're right. He sounds a lot like Michael Jackson. That just a style, high, very very falsetto, falsetto voice, singing with a falsetto voice, and I was like, man, and also it was enjoyable. The beats were good. Whoever helped him produce it, as far as the creating of the music. I'm not saying his producer, if he produced it himself, I don't really care, because it doesn't matter for this point. But I just remember hearing it, and it's like, oh, it's really good. And then, within a year or two, I forgot when he introduced him to me, but within a year or two, I just remember him hitting, and I was like, man, like, hey man, you hit the hammer on the nail, because now he's like this big old thing, and now he's performing the Super Bowl, which is pretty cool. But that was a good at least 5-6 years ago, because I feel like it was 2015ish, around there. It could have been later. I don't know. I remember. I just remember. I think I picked him up after a gig, or maybe he went to a gig with me. I can't remember. I just remember being in my car, and he was with me. It was definitely I won't say it was definitely after a gig, but I feel like it was after a gig, because I felt like it was late, because it was definitely dark. I feel like it was late at night. Maybe we were just out bullshitting. We were probably out doing stuff, doing nonsense. But yeah, I remember him telling me. Now, I mean, cool. Yeah, he's now in the Weeknd's had a very successful career musically, and it'll be cool to see what he does for these. Cause I feel like these halftime shows have been like this discography medley of the artists, whoever the main artist is, a medley of all their songs, comprising of all their songs. And it'll be interesting to see what guests they have on. Usually they have guests. I don't know. Given COVID, I don't know if people are declining, or if they're gonna do like a pre-recorded type thing, to sing along with him while he's on the field. Ooh, almost got sacked. Damn, deep throw. What the? Ooh, that was a close one. So 5:14 to go. The play just ended. 4th and 11 now. Mahomes got away once, threw it, basically towards the end zone. It worked. Tony Romo was talking about that they sent both corners. They ended up sending both corners in to shoot, and it worked. Crazy. Hill got hit right in the freaking nose. Not really the face mask, but 49-yard attempt for the Chiefs. And it's good. So Chiefs will put up the first 3 points of the game. 5:10 left in the first quarter. Was it Super Bowl 55 now? Crazy. Cool. Who's that? I don't even know who that is. That's what they're talking about. Paramount Plus teaming up with CBS and taking over CBS, from what it seems, which would be interesting, because I don't know how it's going to work. Yeah, that'd be weird. Not weird, but be different. Good for them. I'm glad there's people in the stands. That's cool. Why is he wearing earplugs? Is it that loud there? Well, now for me it's going to be okay. They got points on the board, but who's going to be the first to score a touchdown? And yeah, you can't. That's why I think that's what's making me a Tom Brady fan for this game, is because he's 43. He's almost twice the age of Patrick Mahomes. He said they were doing a little interview. I don't know if I saw it on CBS or if I saw it on Info Network, but Coach Cowher was talking to him, and he was saying how Steve Young and Joe Montana were his favorite quarterbacks. Those are the two quarterbacks from the 49ers. He was a 49ers fan back in the day. And I was like, man, how old was he in 1991? But he was already almost 20. He was 18 at that time. Roughly, I don't know. It depends what year exactly he was born. But if he's 43 now, 43, he was 14. At least in 1991, he was 14. So, give or take a year or two. No, give or take. I'd say give or take a year. Patriots over the Rams. I don't remember. I remember watching. Actually, I remember watching Super Bowl 53, but I don't remember who played. We'll see what. Finally, Buccaneers convert the third down. I feel like it's going to be a long game. But also, I've been talking a lot. Score. So in his Super Bowl career, Tom Brady has had 0 touchdowns in the first quarter. Interesting. Damn, all that time. What? They're the pass interference. I was like, where's their receiver? Like, who was he throwing to? But let's see. He was holding me, man. He was holding me. Spot of the foul or 5-yard penalty. But you get a reset of downs. Where right? Yeah, I guess so. I'm used to even a tug of the jersey. Right. Yeah. Well, I guess. Yeah. I guess it looked kind of not. It didn't look fishy to me at all, but. That's the other player who's here now. Antonio Brown used to play for the Steelers. Let me see. Because I remember someone was mentioning Antonio Brown, and I was like, what? I thought he was with the Antonio Brown. So he's definitely with the Bucs now. He's already 32. Oh, he played for the. Yeah, so he played for the. I think he played for. So he played for the Steelers. Played for the Patriots. I didn't know that. Now he's with the Bucs. Oh, he played with the Cardinals too. Interesting. Steelers 2018, Raiders 2019, Patriots 2019. Now he's with the Bucs this year. Damn. He's made more than $75 million in his NFL career. His latest contract, out of necessity, will mostly be a bet on himself. So staying healthy and staying in the game. That's pretty cool. That's a face mask. They call it? $1:15 left in the game. 1:15 left in the quarter. Damn. Stiff armed the cornerback. Hey, they're already talking about halftime. Give me a break, man. I dislike when Walmart does it. Now these guys are doing it. It's like they're, freaking Thanksgiving hasn't even ended. They start putting I'm just exaggerating, but Thanksgiving has barely finished and they're already putting like Valentine's stuff out. Now they're talking about halftime. The first quarter hasn't even ended. It's like, hey, slow down, buddy. Let me just watch the game. Oh, there's a touchdown. Who's going to score? Gronk. Oh, my goodness. It was meant to be. Brady to Gronk for the first touchdown catch of Super Bowl 55. I was retired. 13th touchdown, most by QB receiver duo all time. Postseason history between Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski. It was meant to be. Now Tom Brady has a touchdown in the first quarter. Oh, I don't know if that counts. I don't know if it means by passes or him actually scoring himself. So this year, let's see. This is according to FastCompany.com. This year, TV commercials during Super Bowl 55 are going for around $5.5 million per 30-second spot. Sources familiar with the numbers tell Fast Company. Tell Fast Company. That's down from 5.6 average, according to Statista. So you're saving a little bit of money. Oh, wow. So, according to the Finsider, this year will be a little different. However, as major staples every year like Pepsi and Budweiser will not have ads running during the Super Bowl. Interesting. I don't see why they wouldn't. The Clydesdales, it's like the best part, one of the best parts of the Super Bowl. Unless they're lying and they just like come out with this amazing Clydesdale commercial. They did a Bud Light one. Same company, Anheuser-Busch. Oh, Tampa Bay. So Tampa Bay lost to Kansas City, I guess, earlier in the year. Man, what a run! So number 13, Pringle, ran into what, a 30-something, 33 maybe. Either way, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good run back there. Seemed like he was almost gonna take it away, but nah. Man, that kicker was in there too. Interesting side note is that, damn, like these I guess the commentators, you have to be like true. Maybe truly is not the complete correct word, but you have to be like constantly like analyzing and seeing what's going on in the game, and we're reaching barely an hour, and I'm like, my brain's already cooking. And it's crazy because I think like when I was doing podcasts before and whatnot with friends or whatever, we'd go an hour and a half per 2 sessions, or we'd go, the past go, I went over an hour with Brian and Freddie. But to think I was okay with like doing 3-hour podcasts, but also I guess it's different having a conversation. There's someone talking back with me. It's not me watching a game, telling stories, and then having a conversation here. Third down already. Well, they're going to let the clock run out. And that'll be the end of the first quarter. Kansas City 3, Tampa Bay 7. 3rd and 4. Wow. I thought about ordering some like pizza and wings today for the game. And this was yesterday. I'm like, I think I'm gonna order some food. and eat healthy yesterday, but I ended up flopping that. So I had wings yesterday, and I made food today, which is fine. Also because, damn, John Cena's looking lean as hell, really lean. I wonder if he's working on a movie. But I was like, no, it's gonna be busy today. And then like there's a pizza commercial earlier. I was like, ooh, some pizza would go hard. But I was like, no, I just don't want to wait. It's not that I don't want pizza. I just don't want to wait. How about that stock market? Side note, but I mean, there's a commercial on anyway, so it doesn't really matter. The freaking stock market is going crazy. And that Dogecoin, I don't even know what that is, but I'm keeping tabs on it now because I have a little bit of stake invested into it. But I'm like, where's this all going? And even having oh man, what the heck happened? Even having conversations with some other people that I know that invest. What the heck? Shoot. Did it really log me out? What the heck? Save. Sure. No. Why so weird? Anyways, I just can't believe how the stock market's doing. It's just blowing my mind, literally blowing my mind. I just like, what is going on? And I was actually talking about it earlier. I made a phone call because I got a question asking about learning about stocks and how, and I turned it into like just my approach because I'm a single person. I'm one person. But being that one person, it's like, well, all I have is my perspective on how I do things. But with that, so that made me then check into my stocks today and whatnot. I'm like, what the heck is going on? Like, I don't know. I'm not trying to. I don't want an answer necessarily, but I'm like, what the heck's going on? Doge went from, when was the lowest? So let's say about 3.31 cents on February 3rd. 0.30 February 1st. So from Monday to today, it went 0.3. I bought at 0.37. Now it's reaching 0.7. It's between 0.7 and 0.08. So 8 cents, 8 cents roughly if you round it. And before when I was talking about like, oh yeah, it's 50 cents and this, I'm like, wait, what, 50 cents? I'm like, that's crazy. And then, cause I'm like, how do I own, the amount of shares that I own of this thing? And I know it's 7 cents, 8-ish cents. So I bought it at a little under 4 cents. Because another person was like, oh, it'll never go up to $1. This and that. I'm like, well, maybe not. I literally don't know. But I'm like, man, now that I'm looking, or now that I was looking at it today, I was like, if this thing goes up to $1, like, that's gonna be amazing. I will not be mad. If it goes to $10, I'll be even more happy. What are you talking about? Oh wow, 2021 Hall of Fame inductees. I saw Peyton Manning. I don't know any of those other players. That's pretty cool. Let's see if I can find out. 20. Come on. Football Hall of Fame. So 2021. Come on, just give me who made it. Jared Allen, Calvin Johnson, Peyton Manning, Charles Woodson. Wow, those are some of the players even that they're playing when I was already watching, kind of keeping up. Wow. So all the I guess all top quarterbacks. They're talking about how these certain quarterbacks were. Ooh. He's like, well, I didn't do anything. That's always the argument. Oh, I didn't know. I didn't do anything. Oy. Wow, that slap to the face. It could have gone either way, but I think the face thing. Kansas City has had four first downs. Tampa Bay already has 8. That's where defense wins championships. Offense wins games. That little cliche, but when you keep your cool on defense, win all day. Number 95, that guy who got the penalty for the previous play, came back and trying to just jump in the pile and be part of the skirmish. Ooh, first down again, Tampa Bay. If they score again, Kansas City better figure it out. Gazillion. Wow. Ooh. Who got the ball? Caught that one. 13, Evans. I don't know who that is, but he was wide open up. He did look like a post pattern. Yep. Good for him. I'm going to take off my headphones for a bit because I can just have this kind of dialed in pretty good. It's interesting because my ears start hurting. Like I start feeling like compressed here. First timeout of the game. Who called it? Tampa Bay? Yeah, Tampa Bay called it. So we were here November 29th. They were a tired team. They've told us that several times this week. And when they lost on that Thanksgiving Sunday, it was their third consecutive loss. So from September to November, Bucks had a 7-5 record, 275 yards per game, 28 touchdowns. Or I guess his 28 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, and then it got better. So I wish I could reach faster, but I can't. So 16 offensive plays for Kansas City, 48 total yards. Damn. Tampa Bay's coming away with it. Kansas City better figure it out. They're going to fall behind. Buccaneers now down to the 1. Quick little fullback keep, running back keep. Oh, that's a holding, no? Looked like it was a holding penalty on the Bucks. The lineman had his arms wrapped around for a second. Number 94? Looks like a 94. He definitely ends with a 4 on the right side of the center. See what they're going to do. Damn. They tried to do it. 73? Yeah, metal. Almost. Like Tom Brady tried to throw his number 73. It is face mask. Oh man. Yeah, almost. Hey, you almost. Yeah. Let's see. Not yet. Nope. They stopped him. Uh-oh. Nah. Also, Jones did lose the running back for the Buccaneers did lose the ball for a bit, but the lineman got the ball back. 4th and goal. 4th and 1. Oh, he did lose the ball. Oh, they had. I don't think he broke the plane. I don't think he broke the plane. Half-yard line. Damn. Maybe they'll challenge it. I don't know if it's enough. Let's see. Nope. I don't think he got it. His helmet touched the plane, but the football did not. Oh, so they did challenge it. Okay. Let's see. They turned it. Dang. Yeah, I didn't think it was enough. The helmet crossed, but not the football. The football never touched even the line of the. I'm trying not to breathe into this mic, but I'm also watching the game, like centered. Everything's like centered as I can. So now they're on like the half. I mean, I guess they're technically on the 1, but I think they should have taken it to the half-yard line. At least spot it correctly. Ooh. Hill. Yep. Damn. Hill can move. I haven't seen much. I mean, I haven't seen much football. Like I said, I think I mentioned that. I haven't seen. I haven't seen much. The season. Either which way, but sidearm throw. It's so crazy because we were always preached to not throw sidearm, not to throw underarm and all these things. I mean, it's for baseball, so it's a little bit different. But Patrick Mahomes really runs with all that, unorthodox throwing. Well, at least they got it out. Good for her. Sarah Thomas, the down judge. Something about being the first female to officiate a game. Cool. Hell yeah. It's the same thing with cars. Like I'm not really a car person, but people know cars. Females know cars better than I do. Good for her. Third and 8. Let's see what Patrick Mahomes does on 3rd and 8. Last 10 pass attempts. He's done 2 out of the last 10 for 20 yards. Let's see. Oh, he got clipped. Damn. To the ace, too. Can't do anything when. Damn. Well, I mean, they got out of the half-yard line. But it was, but even with that, like he had to throw before he was ready. But Kelsey, it was in Kelsey's hands. That's one thing I can't defend is if the ball's in your hands, you have a chance. Number 5, the punter almost lost it. Damn. Oh, nice, good for him. Number 13 clipped him, or Pringle, yeah, Pringle. 10 is Hill, 13 is Pringle. There's a flag. Hurry up. I know flags happen, but it's like, yeah, that was far. I was like, oh, shoot. Just kept going. Holding on the receiving team. 5-yard penalty. Oh, it might be on Kansas City. Ooh. Maybe a holding on defense? 10 yards. Or replay the down. Those I like to guess, especially when it's not a very clear penalty. It's obviously on Kansas City. They're trying to see where they're going to down the ball, what they're going to do. Holding on the kicking team. Ooh, interesting. How old is this kid? Townsend. That kid's 24 years old, punting and botched the second one. Well, let him learn from somebody. I wonder what the idea was to bring this kid in. 24 years old. Let's see. Played high school in Florida. He played for the University of Tennessee, then played for the University of Florida. He just so this is his first season in anyways. It's like, give him a 2, let someone mentor him. Jesus. That's where that, going to the mentor thing and it's like, no, he'll probably do pretty good if he has someone to learn from. Like I remember when Andrew Luck, I think, was still learning from Manning. I think that was one of those times where, I was like, oh yeah, like good, they have, at least there's someone there to. Eventually, you have to throw him in the fire. But if you can help, not throw him in the fire like immediately. I mean, Chiefs are a good ass team to just make this new kicker fresh out of college, put him into the fire and then get to the Super Bowl. I need to get some new ear things. I get all this stuff on my face from the earplugs, but I haven't used these headphones in so long, so they're in my little case back home, and I brought them with me now because the quality, which I'll get into on another podcast, because I was using these for my just listen to music, and I was like, oh, I forgot what this felt like, and it's just so much better. These are the Audio Technica's M50X, so these are like the top ones you can buy for the line. They're worth it. I mean, I didn't even skip a beat as far as when I chose these. And then it's funny because after I chose these and I bought them, I've been using them since 2016, late 2016. since then, I've noticed that they had been popping up like in studios and different things. Not necessarily, actually, not necessarily podcasts. Actually, just but music studios and whatnot. But yeah, man, we're almost to halftime. I'm trying to see how much time is left in the second quarter because now it's flying by. And so, I mean, 7-3. I mean, I'll take that. That's a good game, and it's been a good game. You know, stopping the Chiefs, stopping the Bucks, and then you know the whole little penalty thing. So 8:27. So about halfway through the second quarter. We almost halfway through the second quarter, and it's pretty cool. But yeah, even I mean the I can see like the coaches using or then I mean the NFL's probably they probably get sponsored by Bose and whatnot, but um between Audio Technica and JBL, I think that's what like the majority of my stuff is. I have my little Flip 5 speaker is JBL. My system in my truck is JBL. And I've heard and Bose is it's weird. It's really weird. Ooh, oh, they got picked off. Damn it. Tip drill. My dad will always call that tip drill. Ooh, flag. Let's see what the flag is. Maybe it'll go back. Um, holding on defense. Brady's like, yep, told you. Damn, that's big. That's big because that turnover would just change the game as well. Tough luck, bro. But anyways, yeah, like sound quality's always been my one of the things that I like. Yeah. Oh yeah, there's definitely holding here in the back. Right there, right there. Yeah, no, nope. I guess if they're gonna call that other holding penalty, they're gonna call this holding penalty. Because there was one earlier where I was like, oh, that was kind of weird. Didn't look completely like a holding penalty, but yeah, if they're gonna call that, they're gonna call this for sure. Same thing. But yeah, that would have definitely that would change the whole momentum of the game because they've been stopping each other, but then that one would have really set the interception given what's his face Mahomes a chance to score again. Excuse me. $6.50, give or take. Third down. 3rd and 6. They took out Jones. It seems like they took out Jones because he couldn't score. I would take him out too now. Debating if I want dinner or not. I feel like I'm good, but it's like I'd be down for some food. I need to stop eating so much. Nope. Damn. 4th and 5. I guess they could go for a field goal. Maybe they're gonna go for a field goal. Maybe what, a 45-yard or so? No, let's see, 20. So it'd be 30. Maybe 40 yards. Let's see what they say. Yep, 40 yards. I called it. I like being right. I don't like being right all the time, but when it's like kind of more simpler stuff, I like being right. Man, it's a lot of people. It's a lot of freaking people. Didn't even realize how many people were in that end zone. Is this a flag now again? Yeah, there's a lot more people than I thought they were gonna let in over there. She called it offsides. Damn, that might be a first down. That might be a first down. Damn. Those are two costly penalties on the Chiefs now. One removing the turnover and now giving the Tom Brady another chance to get a touchdown. Damn. It's a big deal. So Jones is still not in the game. Throw the ball, bro. Damn. And guess who caught it? Gronkowski. Oh. Oh my gosh. Now this is a flag again. Seems like it might be on Kansas City. Damn. Holding on Kansas City. They're gonna lose it. I gotta text my dad now. Kansas City's losing their freaking game here. What should the answer? KC's losing it. I told my dad, Casey's losing it at costly penalties. Because that's 3 big penalties that just... No bueno. And Tampa Bay is now up 14-3, 6 minutes and 5 seconds left in the first half. Super Bowl 55. Crazy. Okay, Tuda, you got that one. That's it. Like I said, okay, if I can hear myself. Seeing some of these Paralympians and veterans and amputees for different reasons, whether it's just medical or these vets that are coming back, for different reasons when they come back from overseas. Man, it's so awesome how their adversity literally makes them thrive. It leads to this huge thing, and it's really cool. Ryan Jobe is one of my favorite stories. So Ryan Jobe was a guy from American Sniper. If you've seen the movie, served with Chris Kyle and a bunch of other Mike Sorelli, the book The Talent War. At the beginning he wasn't the SEAL physique, the SEAL type, and then made it through BUD/S, made it through all the training that they needed to do, became a SEAL, got his trident. At some point between him, Chris Kyle, Jocko, they all went to Iraq to Ramadi, and going back to the movie, he's the guy who got shot towards the middle endish, I guess like middle to the second half. When they're in Ramadi, the round ricochets off the cover. I forgot exactly what it's called, but the cover ricochets off, hits him in the eye. In real life, that actually happened, and he was blind. And in the reconstruction, he ended up being just fully blind. He was never able to see again. But with that, even while going through still more surgeries and having to deal with that type of adversity, went to school, got his degree in business, 4.0 GPA. Got to climb, I forgot what mountain, but he climbed a mountain. He did an elk hunt, shot an elk himself, with whatever technology they have available. But with that, he was able to shoot even though he was blind. And that's one of those stories that, it makes me want to do more, given that I have all my limbs, given that I can see, that I can smell, that I can touch. it's like trying to go down the right path and then execute to the best of my ability. I talked about that, that cliche part on my end, but I think about those stories and then here this. I think her name was Sarah Long. She's a swimmer, para Olympian swimmer. She has a condition, they have to amputate below the knees, but she's a swimmer. It's like, man, like me learning how to. I feel like I really honed in how to swim in 2018. Kicking off from the wall, like there's so many vital things that you use your legs for, to push off the wall and whatnot. And in her case, she doesn't have that. I'm sure there's ways to modify like how she gets started, but nonetheless, she don't have her feet. She don't have certain things that I do, or that you do, that a lot of us have to our benefit to be a faster swimmer or learner, whatever the task may be, runner, without prosthetics. That's really cool. Good for them. Finally converted. It's been a minute since they converted the last one, but Holmes through to Kelsey. 4.5 minutes left in the half. First down and 10. Good for them. And see, this is why I'd be I'm not a good. I'm terrible at giving my strict opinion when it comes to like stuff like this, because it's a game. I like the game. I like watching. I feel like Tom Brady. When I feel like he deserves to. In things he's proven. But then I'm watching Patrick Mahomes here connect with Kelsey, and now he's running and just the history that he's already building. He's only been playing for a couple of years, and Patrick Mahomes is just like building this thing, literally his own legacy as far as the NFL goes, and that makes me excited because he's it's like I said at the beginning of the game. It's like he's taking charge and he's running with it, and it's really cool to see someone prosper correctly. And he seems like a humble kid, and just taking the helm and doing it. And to me, this is way beyond confidence, and it has to do with that, and that's probably why he is where he's at now. But it's like the preparation, the know how to prepare, knowing how to prepare. It's very, to me, it's very visual. It's very prominent. It's very. I can see it. You can see it by the way he's playing, the way he maneuvers, the way he moves, the way his receivers, the way his tight ends are moving, to choose their routes. If they have multiple options on the routes. And Tom Brady, it's like you kind of expected, but I guess me now, this is the first game I've actually sat down to watch from top to bottom, where I'm like, oh yeah, like you can see why Patrick Mahomes we're in this seat, because he's good. I mean, we know he's good, but man, he's really good. Try not to breathe into this microphone so much. Almost down to the 2-minute warning. I guess this would probably be the last play to try to run. Maybe he's going to let it go to the 2. Is he going to let it? Yeah, he's going to let it. Cool. 2-minute warning. 14-3. I wondered. Let's see. Nope. Man. Overall, I feel like it's been with the exception of the last drive that the Bucks had. I mean, Kansas City blew that one. That's really. I mean, and their defense blew it. Not even like as far as like missing a tackle or something. They just blew it with a damn penalties. 3 penalties in a row that they really cost them to that touchdown. Because I feel offensively for both teams, they've been about even. It's just that last drive with, if the score were to say 3-14 for the rest of the game. Then yeah, it makes sense. But Kansas City really blew it on the last drive. I think I'll have me a sandwich once the game ends. I prepared myself to sit here for 3 hours, so I'm going to sit here and watch this game, watch the halftime show. The only thing I wish I would have done is have brought more water, because I'm definitely running out. Ooh, oh man, what are you doing? Oh. 4th and 6, freaking. The Buccaneers defense is really showing off that they belong there. Yeah, they just mentioned about Patrick Mahomes having to play faster than he's played all year. I definitely feel like it's very true, and it's showing now. Now it's showing how good the Bucks. I mean, they haven't been on my radar in so long. Just generally speaking, I know they exist. They've always been like a decent team. Back when Warren Sapp was playing and whatnot, they've been like I said, they've been a decent team. They had fallen off the chart for a bit, but nonetheless, I was wondering. So I was watching these guys. This is father and son that make TikToks, and I follow them on Instagram. It's called the Inky Boys, at Inky Boys, ENKY Boys. I think it's BOYS or BOYZ. It don't matter to me. Because my point is to talk about them positively, because they're hilarious. Well, I saw they were doing Gronk and Brady. I guess they did the same commercial that just happened right now with Gwen Stefani, Adam Levine, and Blake Shelton. About lines breaking up and service and blah 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 blah. But well, that's funny. Blake, yeah, that's fun. Oh. That Jones gonna end up getting kicked out or something. Even Brady's talking smack. That's awesome. I don't mind a little smack talk, but keep it to the smack talk. Because once you start getting physical and having penalties because of physicality, then now you're affecting your game and your strategy and your team. And now your coach has to deal with your dumb ass doing that. I don't care how fired up you get. Mm-hmm. Who's that? Roger Goodell, Russell Wilson. How like? I'm guessing that's his brand. Has like an R thing on his mask. Russell Wilson does, anyways. Literally just covering like his mouth and his nose. It's hilarious. 49 seconds left, and then we're going to the halftime show, which takes like forever because it's a big old thing. Make him call a timeout. to end the half.
Yeah, that is a real risky timeout because if they convert here, just remember what happened right before the half at Lambeau Field.
Buccaneers scored in the last 2 minutes of first half in previous whatever games.
Well, first off, they bypassed the punt. Yep. They went for it on 4th and 4, got the ball over to Fournette, he picked it up. And then with just a second to go, wow, Scotty Miller for 39 yards out. That's Bruce Arians. Hey, no risk it, no biscuit, Jim. That's it. So let's see which way the risk-reward timeout goes for the Chiefs. Can they get the ball back with a stop? Or will they get Brady more time to do something?
Nope. It wasn't bad. I mean, something like that. Like let's just say this particular call, the Chiefs called a timeout so that they can have a chance to kind of come back. But now it's like, oh, will they be worth it? It's like, oh, man, I wouldn't put that on the coach. Damn. Oh, that's a penalty. That's a penalty. That's a penalty. That's a penalty. That's a big penalty. Should have waited just a second longer, bro. He did kind of. It seemed like he kind of tripped. So Evans got tripped up by the cornerback. I'm trying to see what number he is. It seemed like he tripped number 20, 21, whoever 21 is for the Chiefs. It seemed like he kind of tripped, but then in that he did grab the feet. Yeah, spotted the foul. Yeah, pass interference. So he's already losing his balance. Man, that's kind of rough. That's kind of rough. That's a tough call. Even Tony Romo was saying right now because 21 didn't do it. He didn't actually reach. So he was losing his balance, fell, happened to hit Evans, number 13 for the Bucks, tripped him up before the ball fell over. Yeah, that's a tough call. That's a very tough call. But you run with it. Spotted the foul. Now they're at the 9-yard line. Called. They're gonna spike it. Hurry up. Nah. Okay. Even Tony was like, no, why would you cut the timeout? And Tom Brady was ready just to spike it. Screw it. Get second and goal and still have a chance to score. That would have preserved this last time out. But I guess 64 yards. See, four penalties, 64 yards on the defense, Kansas City defense. So now it's 6-14. How did it get 6? Now it's 6-14. I don't remember how I got 6-14. It's 6-14. And if we were to say that score, we can tell it back to the second quarter where the Chiefs had those 3 penalties in a row. Now Kansas City called timeout. Yep.
Crazy things happen right before the half in Super Bowls.
I like this little it's like it looks like they put a 50 mil. Excuse me. They put a 50 mil lens. Tom Brady's like, no, whatever they're talking about the play. Probably changing the play, keeping the same play, keeping the same players. I don't know. I forgot where I was going with. Oh, the 50 mil lens. I like how they're doing that. I guess they were doing it before because there was no people in the crowd. Now it seems like they're keeping it just because for one, it looks cool. They definitely seem like they do that in the as a penalty. Chiefs are gonna blow this game. Chiefs are gonna blow this game if they're gonna be doing these stupid penalties.
This one's a penalty. I mean, they get caught because Brady's taking advantage.
Half distance to the goal. Oh Jesus, no! At the 1 yard line, even worse. There's a holding right there. Yep, not gonna. Yep, they're not gonna let that happen. Yep. Yeah, at the beginning, it was right before he turned. But anyways, the camera, those camera lenses, look like they made it seem like a 50 mil, or they have this very strong lens on there that Touchdown. Antonio Brown. Yeah, I like this deep lens that they have for the when they're zooming in on certain players or individual players. That's cool. I think what makes me chuckle and makes me have a good time is like seeing when these guys score and they have their little dances and they're with the little crew. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to see. Damn, what a move. It's like 1, 2, 3, move, ball.
Super Bowl 45 as a rookie. Bruce Arians was the offensive coordinator for the Steelers. He caught one ball for 1 yard, was mostly a returner.
Oh, Tom Brady's still talking smack with 32.
Matthew, he went an exchange. Yeah, and he went and told him, he's like, listen, after the game, if you want to hang out a little bit,
That's stuff I used to talk about. Like, oh yeah, hey, they're probably like talking in the huddle and like, oh hey man, I remember doing this when I was home this was back in the day. I was younger, but I remember. Oof, they gave 32. They gave 32 unsportsmanlike, and I guess you can only have so many now. Yeah, don't act like an idiot. But whatever. Anyways, where was I? What story was I? I was like talking about 3 different things at once. The lens was cool, unsportsmanlike. I forgot about what I was talking about next. Anyways, we'll move on.
see how efficient that Tampa Bay offense is, Jim? That's what they've solved. It's simple.
Quick. Pass interference.
Put it in Brady's hands. Drove 71 yards in 5 plays.
It reminds me of that replacement in the movie, The Replacements with Keanu Reeves and Gene Hackman, and it's like winners want the ball, and they do something with it, and that's Romo just mentioned as far as Brady. They gave the ball to Brady, let him take the helm for the last 6 seconds, and oh, I remember talking about as far as hold on, I'm watching. Tom Brady comes back. He's like, hey.
He's like, hey, you got something in your eye, Jim. I know what you're talking about after your defense has just gotten beat again.
Well, don't make these penalties. Yeah, if they're calling those small things, they're going to call everything right today. It seems like it's interesting. I haven't seen a game called in a while, and this game they're calling everything. Everything's being called. I remember back in the day watching Super Bowls and watching different game events, World Series, big championship events like this, and I'd always say, hey, they're probably in the puddle and like, hey, if you catch this ball, I'll take you to get pizza, or hey, if you make this home run, hey, I'll pay for your Disneyland ticket, or different things. Hey, and then like sometimes because I remember like when I was in baseball and I'd call time and we'd go talk to the pitcher. Sometimes it was just to calm, just kind of slow down the game a bit, if we felt like we're going through the pitching changes too fast or whatever, whatever the situation may be. Sometimes it's just to slow time down a little bit. But I always imagine that these professionals would do that too. It's like, hey, you can watch that movie? Hey man, we going to movies after this? Hey man, I want some pizza. Just different things like that. That's what it reminds me of when I see their. And sometimes you can read the players' lips, and sometimes you can, or sometimes you don't know exactly what they're saying. But it's like, oh, hey, how about some Domino's after this game, or some ice cream? I'll take some ice cream. A lot of trash talk. Matthew needs to settle down. I'm sorry not to like this Matthew kid. Yep. Tony Romo just said they're giving Tampa Bay the game, or some of these things. Yeah, they need to calm the hell down because they're getting in their heads, becoming emotional. This is where you detach. This is where you detach and you keep your head straight and do what you got to do. All right, so they're gonna take a little break. So I'm gonna just give me some water because my voice is already getting lower as we go. I'll do that in a bit. I'll wait till they go to commercial, but cool first half overall. But man, these Chiefs are losing, and they're losing their what's the word I'm looking for? They're losing their not comfortability. They're losing their thing. They're losing their their niche. Those aren't the right words. I'll think about it in a bit. It'll come up to me in a bit, but so I'll take a break and we'll come back in like within a second. You'll see me come back. So I basically missed the entire halftime show. So I went to grab a sandwich, had a can of peaches because I was like, oh, I need to eat dinner now if I'm gonna have that. And I got back, or by the time I was going back, I could hear The Weeknd already playing, and I was like, "Am I missing the show?" I knew I took longer than I really wanted to, or than I had planned to, because I hadn't really planned to go. I just wanted more water, but I ended up making a couple sandwiches and like, okay, cool, had some chips. And then I'm like, ooh, cause I wanted something sweet. And I was like, oh, I got peaches. I'll have a can of peaches. Excuse me. But anyways, I was walking back. I'm like, oh, The Weeknd's playing already. It's like, oh, that's that Mustang they were talking about. Mustang E. Mach E or whatever the heck it's called. That's interesting. So I got to watch 2 songs, Blinded by the Lights and something else. Anyways, man, sorry. So I ate some canned peaches and I walked up and I'm like, oh man. And yeah, I got to watch Blinded by the Lights and I forgot even what the other song was. But the last 2, that's all I got to catch. I'm like, oh, like it looked pretty cool. You know, they had like the things in their jackets and whatnot. Or people. I say things, but you know, people in their jackets and whatever they're doing, little dance stuff. But yeah, we'll see what happens the second half. Again, you know, it seemed like. So I'm back. You know, we're back. Getting ready for the second half. I did think there was gonna be a little bit more talking as far as like breaking down the first half. And then, you know, maybe I'd miss a song of the halftime show, but I ended up missing, you know, the majority of the halftime show. But I got my water ready to go, and yeah, I feel like if the Chiefs can keep their cool, if the Chiefs can keep their cool and they calm down, really that's all it is. They just need to calm down a little bit. It'll be okay. And so right now they're getting back into it, turning around. They're talking about it, but you know, once Casey gets the ball, Kansas City gets the ball this beginning of the second half, we'll see what they do with it, see if they can do anything with it, and then go from there. I feel like Brady really showed himself. The Buccaneers defense really showed what they're made of. Going into halftime. So, you know, stats wise, you know, Mahomes has 67 yards. Brady has 140 total yards. Brady also has 3 touchdowns. Mahomes has 0 touchdowns so far. Mahomes needs to get a touchdown. He needs to get on the board. He needs to get his team on the board. They're getting ready to kick off now. I do feel like Patrick Mahomes is too good of a player for them to be behind, but we'll see what happens. You know, it's 21-6. The game is kicking off now. The second half is kicking off, so we'll see what Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs are able to pull out now. $40 what? I don't know what they're talking about. Yards or points? Ooh, nice break. They needed that. Damn. Let's go hole there.
is so dynamic. Just hand the ball off, calm down the offensive line, and you'll have a chance.
That safety missed that tackle. So longest play for Kansas City tonight was 26 yards, which is that first run. Now to Kelsey moving the ball down. Maybe they should just do. Let's see. Too soon to tell. Let's see.
First half stats were so one-sided. 18 first downs to only 9. The 95 penalty yards.
95 penalty yards. Jeez.
Excessive penalties. Some people didn't like the balls. 8-1 in the first half. Definitely one-sided. I think they'll even up a little, but really when you look at them, it's just like each one's its own. It's right most of the time. Edwards Helaire. Jump cut to get around.
Damn. Give 25 the ball.
Nice move by the 21-year-old rookie.
21. Oh goodness. What were you doing when you were 21 years old? If you're over 21, not playing in the Super Bowl.
At some point, when you start running the ball, look at that cut.
Crazy. Good for him.
At some point, they're going to have to bring those safeties down and tighten
When you're good, you're good.
and get his opportunity. Now, Tampa, I'd resist the urge, Jim. They can keep doing it. At the 37. It's Darrell Williams. He got the start in the divisional round against Cleveland for his first career start, and he performed well. He, too, comes out of LSU just like his fellow packmate, Edwards Helaire.
Oh, they're both from LSU. Hey, LSU, Alabama, all that SEC conference.
Titles, a national championship last year, and
That's a crazy mouthpiece that guy has, number 31. It's like very shiny. It has like jewels or something on it. You guys are wild. This is what I was kind of talking about earlier with the whole like, dummy. I'm not going to say showboating, but just like, buying these things and doing these extravagant things.
Kelsey fires the ball out. Harden with a good catch, but then
Yeah. It's too quick, bro. Grass probably a little damp. Yeah, slip.
they're passing. Likely, this is a situation.
Moderation. That's not the word I'm looking for.
He runs the ball a lot in this situation, but this is where the tackle's got to hold up and give him a chance to look downfield. Needs 7 for a first, Tony. Well, motion Kelsey in. You got 2 guys down at the bottom that are really good.
Kelsey. If Kelsey wouldn't have fallen. Ooh. No, sir. Damn, no flag. This Buccaneers offense, Buccaneers defense really pulling through. Crazy.
This is where we just saw a slip by Hardman. Kelsey's where he's trying to go. He's
Yep. I'll say Kelsey slipped too and kind of jinxed him.
player because they had to double Tyreek Hill, and he knows how big of a play that was. Great job by David. There was a clean knockdown, and now we
I forgot I was talking about something earlier. It wasn't composure. I was saying for the first half, the Kansas City defense was really losing their. I couldn't think of the word, but I remember when I was having my sandwich. They were losing their composure. And they need to gain that back. We'll see. That was weird. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens this coming drive for the Kansas City defense. So I mean, man, Kansas City scored 9 points, and it's good. At least they're scoring. But man, if Brady scores again, maybe 2 more times, I feel like the game's gonna be over. One thing we say where I was living before is like, the games, because there were a lot of close games during the regular season, and a lot of game enders. But for this one, I feel like the stakes are way too high. Brady's way too good, and if you let him kind of just go about his day, he's gonna play games with you, and you're not gonna like it. So yeah, I feel like they scored 9 points, but they need a touchdown. They need a touchdown, and if Brady scores again, maybe 2 more times, I feel like the game's gonna be over. If they score once and hold on defense, then they're gonna be over. If they score 2 more times, but Chiefs are able to score once, there's a chance there. But overall, I'm not calling the game right now. It's way too soon. But just based on what's been going on, Chiefs giving up the ball, Chiefs giving up fouls, penalties in the first half. It's gonna show now coming into the second half. as we move through the third quarter and then get into the fourth quarter. That's my little 2 cents to what's been going on. Tampa Bay. Halfway to victory. And the way it's turning out. Ding. So yeah. I'm just going to see if I have another interesting story I have from my... Well, the first year I ever played Pop Warner, we went 0, I think 10. It was like 10 games or 8 games, however many games it was. It was like 8 to 10 games that we had, and I remember playing that year, and I was big already, so I was a lineman. They had a weight limit on who could carry the ball, blah 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 blah, and with that, I was a lineman. It was cool. The second year I played, I really took hold of that lineman position because it was like cool. I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna hit you as hard as I could. But I just remember that first year playing, and it's like, man, and it's funny because the main mascots of my area where I'm from is the Bobcats and Cougars. That's like the rival. That's a crosstown rivalry, and the high school I went to was the Bobcats. Crosstown rivalry was the Cougars. But whatever first year I played Pop Warner, we were the Bobcats, and it was made up of a bunch of us that were going to like the Bobcat side of school or the side of town. And then, that was interesting. Like it was first year playing. You're excited, you're motivated. First time playing, tackle football. Pop Warner. This was like the first couple of years that it got down to that region where I'm from. And then I remember jumping right into baseball. And that next fall came in, and there was a little more like scouting going on to see what players. We're going to go where, and, I want this player for my team, blah, blah, blah. And it's funny enough that year, which was, I was in 6th grade, I played for the Cougars, and that year we rocked it. First year I got to play on, like, turf and whatnot, and it was cool. I mean, even in being in the moment then, I remember that it was just cool. I like playing. I just wanted to play. I liked play. Learning plays and learning where I belong, learning where to go, my blocks, where I'm most important, and so on and so forth. That was really fun, and that team was a mix. It was like I say, it was very much scouted for it was a mix of students from different schools. It wasn't just from one school trying to make a team and all these dads trying to be coaches. And the second time it was like, these coaches that they loved the game, and that was the basis of their coaching. And I don't even think any of their sons were like on the team like long or if at all. But that was whoa. That could have been a penalty right there with grabbing the face mask. Definitely saw 52 or 54 from the Chiefs. Grab the face mask. Anyways, so that next year with the Cougars, like I said, it was like half and half of us from the still crosstown rival schools, but we were on this one team, and we did well. Because we were playing as a team and we conditioned, and our coaches, damn, Gronk almost took it for a touchdown, almost. And we played, and we conditioned, and conditioning was like the one of the vital parts of our just playing, and it was cool because it kind of started getting us just ready for that middle school, and then eventually, for those of us that went on to high school football, conditioning, just doing that and getting ready for the season. I just remember playing in the mud, and it was muddy, and we still practiced, and it was fun. And and for me maybe because I like the grind, I like playing, so it never bothered me to do. It sucked, conditioning and Tampa Bay just scored. I'm telling you, the running back scored a little dump pass, and number 28, I believe it's 28 scored. Now it's 27-9. They score one more, it's done. But yeah, just that grind of learning your plays, and then starting to have like these little scouting reports and whatnot from the team that you're going to play coming up and so on, and getting ready for the week. Getting ready because we would have our games I think on Saturday morning, like Saturday morning ish, not too early, but around like the noontime. Ooh, look, he almost missed it. But that was fun, and I think I mean, and to be fair, the fact that we were winning, just helped us have more fun and keep going. I can't remember how far we went. We went far enough. I just can't remember how well we did, but I just remember it was fun and we were winning, so it made it more fun. I like this commercial. I'm gonna knock the taste out you. It's a phone commercial, but I'm trying to figure out what company. It's pink, so it might be T-Mobile again. Yep, T-Mobile. Anyways, Travis Kelce. And I think his name's Anthony Anderson. That guy's hilarious. He's one of my favorite. He is definitely one of my favorite actors, just for Kangaroo Jack alone. But he's funny. He's a funny guy. But yeah, that was a cool time. That was a cool time. Even looking back, like I said, and even being there, like you want to go to practice, and perform and do well, and then like seeing your friends your friends in school, that you go to the same school but you're on different teams, so you have those little rivalries, and we're better and no, we're better and all that stuff. It was cool being able to come up victorious or whatever, or get that one hit, that solid hit, like I got you, that was me. And talking about it, that Monday at school or whatever, and talking. And then where the coaches that were now, starting to see us perform, seeing who's going to be playing football, seeing who's not, who's going to be playing what sports. That was really cool. Like I said, just going into it. Yeah, that was fun. That was a lot of fun. And right around then, because I know going into 7th grade, or 7th to 8th, no, maybe 7th to 8th, but either way, like, then I was, starting to get my growth spurt, starting to just get bigger. Starting to kind of learn the weight room, but it was never a priority because, my dad was always like, you don't need the weights right now, especially because I played baseball, so I wasn't trying to, mess up my throwing arm, stuff like that. So it was a unique balance because it was like, no, you don't need too much of the weight room. You don't need too much of the X, Y, and Z. Just run, stay in shape as far as like, run, stay limber as best you can, and go from there. So 28-9, was it 7:28 left in the third quarter? I'm trying to see how much time is left in this third quarter. Yeah, because the Chiefs are blowing it, and now their defense is just losing their composure. 7:45 left in the third quarter. Chiefs just getting the ball back right now. 28-9 is the score, and Patrick Mahomes really needs to convert here because Tom Brady is showing why he's as good as he is. Who did Pierre Paul used to play for? They got to score. Like, they have to score. Damn. And he just got sacked. It's crazy seeing these big ass guys dancing around and stuff. Yeah. Now I'm curious who Pierre Paul plays for. I think it's Pierre Paul football. Throw the ball, bro. Ooh, and interception. There's a flag. Probably holding on defense. Maybe. Jason Pierre-Paul plays. Oh, he played for the Giants. Okay, he played for the Giants. He was a first round draft pick in 2010. Now playing with the Buccaneers. But there's a damn, and the penalty was on freaking Kansas City, holding on Kansas City. So now it's definitely Tampa Bay ball again. This is crazy. They're opening it up, and now try to convince me otherwise as to whether or not Tampa Bay is going to win or not. And this game is actually, it's actually decent. It's just the Chiefs are not able to figure this shit out. Well, Super Bowl 55 brought to you by the big game and the fact that the Kansas City Chiefs are blowing it. I guess now I wish I could be live streaming this, but oh well. Maybe next time. Maybe I'll get to do it for another sport or something. Bad enough. 20-9, 6:20 left in the game in the third quarter. I thought they were going to go deep. Yeah. Go.
Just a play fake, right? We've talked about it. Now watch right here. This is where you're trying to look back, and he's going to take the over route. As soon as he turns around, Brady just high-lows Neiman right there. And they've got this. They got their number right now because they have to stop the run. The pressures don't work because they're throwing screens. They got their number all the way around. Well, you're going to start just kind of after him. Watch this, Jim. They're just going to. I wonder what's going on here. You two guys want to come? First and 10.
Damn. I saw that 32 gave like a little punch at the end. You could say he was trying to. Like slap the ball out, but nah, it was too much. It was too much in the ribs, man. Jeez. Trying to get the ball out, and then final little gut check there. Hey, between 28 and Jones, 27, they're doing great as running backs. Now it's just running the clock. Score one more time. If they score one more time, game's over. Even with 4:50 left in the third quarter, game's over.
Season in the fourth quarter, they've held the football for over 10 minutes a game. And here we are just 4.5 away with a monster lead on the
19 rushing plays, 25 passing plays for Tampa Bay. 3 for 7 of their third down conversions. They only need one. They only need 1 yard. They've had some other worse yardage, quote unquote yardage. And there's a first down. Excuse me throughout this second half because I ate a couple of sandwiches and some peaches, and they were good.
31-9. Do the numbers, Jim. Just pretend like I can do these, but I'm going to ask you.
Pretend I can do these. Bruh.
The score. You mean the 22-point margin? There you go. You're talking about holding some
22 minutes time of possession, 18 minutes time of possession for Kansas City, 22 for Tampa Bay, which is not too big of a difference. But the biggest thing is going to be penalties. I want to see what the penalty count is now as far as yardage, because that's what's really killing Kansas City more than anything. Oi! Brady went for the end zone, didn't get it. It was a little. I mean, it was a little high, but it was worth it was worth the throw. Who's that? Hudson? I don't know who that is. Almost. Yeah. Was it horseshoes and hand grenades? There's only almost in horseshoes and hand grenades. That's saying. I know there's a couple songs titled that, but. Nine straight completions in the first incomplete pass. Crazy. Brady's just too good, y'all. Ooh. I think that was out of bounds. Yeah. Yeah, he landed out of bounds. Oi. Barely. I mean, not barely, but I'd say barely. I'd argue barely, because compared to all the other stuff that's been going on.
So he gave him his uniform number. And maybe Tom ends up with number 7 tonight anyway. Well, usually there's like, listen, I'm going to give it to you because I'm such a nice guy. Here you go, Brady. But also you're going to go ahead and give me a car.
You're going to give me a car. He's talking about, I guess Goodwin, number 14. Oh, first mistake of I feel like the game for the Buccaneers. Center threw it over Brady's head, and Brady just down 51, 52-yard field goal. Shoot. Oh, well, it happens. But that's one mistake they've made. I guess a big mistake. Not a crucial mistake, but a big mistake. It's the first one they've made versus the Chiefs and their penalties for the second quarter and so far the third quarter. Was it 52? 52 right now. Let's see. From the left hash mark. Ooh, barely made it, but he made it. Damn, 31-9, 2:46 left in the third quarter. That's crazy, but not really crazy. But it's like, hey, do what you gotta do. Made it. Blowing it open now. And this is the kind of blowout I wish that didn't happen, but even with that, man, I remember when Friday Night Lights came out. Man, what? I was already a little older. Was I in high school already? What year did it come out? I need to buy that movie, but I'll buy it sooner or later. I've been wanting to watch it, but I did buy. Remember the Titans recently. Friday Night Lights. That movie came out in 2004. Damn, I was in middle school. I wasn't even in high school yet. Almost, but not quite. But man, I remember when that movie came out, and it being about Texas, not knowing the story. Because I remember seeing the movie first and then reading the book after. And yeah, it was definitely middle school because I remember when I read it. And watching it, and if you haven't seen it, it's a cool little story. There are definitely, I mean, like in every movie versus the book, there are definitely details that didn't make it if you didn't know what was going on in some of the scenes, especially early on, like in the beginning of the movie. But the general story, the general thing, is pretty correct. Ratliff Stadium, historic stadium up in West Texas. Odessa Permian, Boobie Miles, Mike Winchell, all these players. It was cool. It was a cool. I just remember I remember going to the theater to see it in theaters, and spoiler alert, 3, 2, 1. But at the fourth quarter of the, it's not even, was it in the movie? It was a state championship, but in the book, I don't think it was a state championship. It was the game to go to the state championship, and I could be wrong, but I feel like no, it was the game to go to the state championship. Either way, in the movie, the last game, they're playing the Astrodome, and who was the running back? I forgot the running back's name. It's played by Garrett Hedlund, the guy who came out in Country Strong, with Tim McGraw as well. But man, going and then that song by Explosion. I think it's Explosions in the Sky that plays that guitar part with that the little non-lyric song, and they lost, and it's literally on the half-yard line, and this just drama that unfolded due to them not making that touchdown because of a holding penalty that happened a couple plays before and whatnot, and got it down to within the 5-yard line, whatever. Got called back, got a holding penalty. Try again. And they do a run this time, and they get stopped at that half-yard line roughly. It's like, oh, that stuff that still daggers me, and being that I haven't seen it in a while, I probably that probably make me mildly emotional again because it's such for one, I like it. I like the movie. It's about Texas. It's about football. All the things that I like. But I just remember when that movie. And watching football, I always think of like that movie. Remember Friday Night Lights. Remember the Titans. I've never seen any given Sunday. The Replacements is hilarious. Some of those movies, but Friday Night Lights, obviously, that's the one I have in mind right now, just because it's the one I haven't seen in a while. I haven't seen that one. Like I said, Remember the Titans. I have it. I own it. The digital copy. The heck? They stopped the play. It was like he had just thrown it when they stopped the play. That was weird. Holding? Oh, false start. Oh, that was a late false start call. Call number 10. That was really late though. That was a late call.
Here's the targets for Mahomes tonight. Kelsey with 6 of his 12 completions. 6 of 12 Mahomes completions. Hardman with 2 for negligible yards.
But now Hill.
Basically nothing for him by his high standards.
9 penalties for 100 yards versus Tampa Bay's 2 penalties for 10 yards. That's the killer today. That's definitely what killed him. First and 15, now second and 15. The 1:13 left in the third quarter. They got what? 3 possession game, 2.5 possession game. 3 for the win. But which it's not, the game's not over. But they're showing their emotion. Kansas City's showing their emotions. Kansas City's, they're not able to complete. Buccaneers defense are killing it, literally. They're tearing it up. There you go. We finally got a completion. It takes so long. Hill's like, what the heck's going on? What the heck going on? Stop it. But yeah, there's what other thing we see? There's Replacements, Friday Night Lights, Remember the Titans. I'm trying to think if there's any movie I can think off the top of my head. Rudy's actually a very good movie. If you haven't seen Rudy, and the story of Rudy, that's also based on a true story. The underdog, playing for Notre Dame. That's a cool little story. That's not good. Yeah, Patrick Mahomes is not. I don't know when it happened, but Tony Romo just called it out, so I didn't see it initially. That's why I didn't call it anyways. But now that I'm watching Patrick Mahomes kind of walk around back and forth, he's favoring one of his feet. I can't tell which one it is, but he's we'll say it's throwing off his balance now as far as leading to his throws. So the third quarter just ended, 31-9, the big game. Now he's not now Mahomes isn't limping, but it seemed like he was favoring one of his legs, ankles, whatever ended up getting caught. Maybe during one of his tackles or something. Damn, Friday Night Lights made $62 million at the box office. That's pretty good. Yeah, Explosions in the Sky. The show, if you haven't seen the series of Friday Night Lights, that is amazing. I really like that. I really like that show. I actually watched it all the way through, and I started watching it not on Hulu because you can watch it on Hulu now, but I forgot. No, I think NBC.com had like all these. Cause I've seen a couple episodes. I'm like, oh, I want to see this period, and then NBC.com was just streaming. This is when streaming was like 100% free and stuff, and now it's not like you're paying for every single streaming service now. But I remember watching a couple of that. Then I jumped on, and I remember binge watching because even one of my cousins, who I actually haven't seen him in person in a long time, but one of my cousins, he's like, "You finished it?" I was like, "Yeah, man. I literally just could not stop watching it. The drama's good. The suspense is good. It's obviously it still involves like Texas football, but it's definitely more of a made up like team. You know, I don't know. I can't remember if they even use many real names anymore. I can't remember. Maybe they do. Maybe they don't. But like, but again, they made it into a series drama. So it was like, okay, cool. Like, you know, that's what it was. And yeah, I watched that very fast. I went through that whole series very fast. Unfamiliar territory. 0 TDs through the first 2 quarters. First time in Patrick Mahomes starts. Crazy. Well, you got 3 touchdowns, Patrick Mahomes. You got 3 touchdowns to make. They're completing now. Now it seems like they might score. Give them the ball. Nope. They're gonna have to throw the ball. The running game's not gonna work. And now the clock's running. Second and 9. See what they do. Throw the ball, bro. Throw the ball. What the heck are you? Wow. Oh, man, almost. What a man. Patrick Mahomes, he's so good. I was about to say, so yeah, one of his feet is not 100%, but I mean, it's cool that he takes like these little, like risks, we'll say, because there was actually enough space for for number 11 to come in and try to catch the ball and score. 39 now, but it's like, man, it's crazy. So it seems like he's favoring his right foot. It seems like Patrick, yeah, but he needs to score. That's the thing. Tony Romo was talking about Mahomes scoring. It's like, yeah, but you need to score. Bro, you're on the 30, bro. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Oh, Pringle caught it. Is there a penalty? It's a referee without a cap. And exactly what I'm talking about. Like, how... So they're battling. Damn. The Bucks were so close, but damn. Like at what cost? Like right there. So Patrick Mahomes, he just threw the ball up in the air towards the end zone. Yes, I mean it was out of bounds and whatnot. Like it was fine, but at what cost are you now risking? You're gonna have to call a timeout. Damn, that sucks. That sucks. Okay, I don't know what the situation was with the game clock and them calling this deal, but going back to like Patrick Mahomes, you know, kind of being too testy with these plays and holding on to the ball longer than needed. I guess he's been lucky so far, so we'll just run with the fact that he hasn't thrown an interception in these 2 plays that He's held on to the ball way longer than he should have. I'm not saying get sacked, but maybe throw it more out of bounds where you're not now risking an interception, because if you get interception, that's no dice, man, no dice. Let's see. So now 4th and 9, they also got to go for it. 13:43 left to go. So now they only have 2 timeouts and the 2-minute Oh my goodness. Almost. Only in horseshoes and hand grenades. It's definitely a song. I can't. And number 31, or whoever the heck that was, that dropped that didn't. I mean, it bounced off his hands. I guess he didn't think it was going to get to him because there was 2 defenders in front of him. But that's crazy. Well, we'll see how it goes. Now we're back in commercial again. It's like, oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know how. I guess like when you do this like commentating stuff for a living, it's a whole different thing, because you're talking about stats, you're talking about the league, you're talking about different things. And for me, I'm tying in whatever minimal football experience I have with what's going on in the football game right now. My dad sent me, he's like, this kid is putting on a show. Damn, he can move around and throw off balance. Crazy. Which he's right. Speaking of Play 60. That's cool. 13:32 left in the 4th quarter. 31-9. Buccaneers have the ball again. All I gotta do is just run down the clock. Keep getting first downs. Don't turn it over. Jones has 9 rushes for 42 yards. Rushing yards are about the same, 107 and 109 for 107 for Kansas City to 109 for Tampa Bay. And now those numbers might go up for Tampa Bay just because they're trying to run the clock. Damn. Jones gets another first down. The Buccaneers are just the better team this year.
Well, I mentioned in the 3rd quarter that their ability to just close out games in the 4th.
Yes, sir. Just run the ball, keep it short.
3 road games that got them back to their home turf. Through Washington, to New Orleans, to Green Bay. And they're just so...
Another, 8-yard run, 9-yard run?
Voting is now open for the Super Bowl 55 MVP presented by Verizon.
Super Bowl MVP goes to Tom Brady. Because even with all the talk on offense, it is a total team effort. Tony Romo just mentioned right now. I agree, but Tom Brady's ability to just do work and just set the tone from that 2nd quarter when they had that space and they started getting the ball back and turnovers started happening, penalties started happening. It's like, the Chiefs are, they're falling through the crack here. They're not as good as they were maybe during the regular season. They weren't or maybe they're not at the caliber that the Bucs are for this year. Like I said, the Bucs have even fallen off my grid. I mentioned that a little bit earlier, where they fell off my grid, and I didn't even.
Everyone tries to do it right. Let's keep balance, run the football, keep Mahomes off the field. But you got to also complete the 3rd downs and the big plays when you're there in the red zone.
Yes, sir. We'll see what they do now. 1st and 10 again at the 35. Right at the 35. Settle down, bro. Number 76 for the Buccaneers. Settle down.
Kansas City. It's hard to repeat, isn't it, Jim? That's why we haven't seen it in how long?
Interesting. So they're saying 03-04 was around the time that they had the last back-to-back champions for a Super Bowl. So even with Patrick Mahomes taking them to one last year, back to back. Here we go. So they're talking about Mahomes because he would be the next one. 1966, 67, Green Bay Packers 1-2. Okay, Miami Dolphins 7-8. Pittsburgh Steelers 9-10, 13-14. 49ers 23-24. Dallas 27-28. Broncos 32-33. Patriots 38-39. Damn, that was 03-04. That's what they were talking about on the commentary. So the Patriots were the last group to go to multiple Super Bowl or back-to-back Super Bowl titles. At Super Bowl 38 and Super Bowl 39. Oh, it was actually three Super Bowl wins in 4 years during the early 2000s, including back-to-back titles following the 2003-2004 season. So now it's what, 3 and 3rd and 3, 3rd and 2. Stop him here. He still has scored 3 times. Because what, 14 plus 9. 14 plus 9 is what, 23? Yeah, you need 21 plus 9 is 40. Wait, 21 plus 9 is 30. So you still need a 2-point conversion even with 3 touchdowns. Oh, that's a penalty. That's not a penalty? Uh-huh. 4th and 1 to Gronk, but at 32 coming around, man. Oh man. I don't mind. I don't mind aggressiveness, but I thought that was a penalty. (8-12) punting from the Chiefs. 46. Oh yeah, because even a 5-yard penalty, it'll give them the. Well, 8 minutes 6 seconds left in the fourth quarter. 31-9. I've seen cool things happen in the last 2 minutes, but these next 6 minutes are going to be vital to what the heck's going on. If the Chiefs if the Chiefs want a chance, because man, 21 plus 9 is so it'd be 3 touchdowns and a 2-point conversion. 3 touchdowns. One of them needing to be a 2-point conversion. But if you miss, on the third one, because at least you go down swinging. Because if you get a touchdown, then miss the first. If you get a touchdown first, and try to get a 2-point conversion on the first one, too much. No. I like all these. I guess this all kind of ties in, but America, involving the United States of America, reunited, so on. But also made in America products. That's awesome. I can definitely appreciate that. So now we're back in the game. Patrick Mahomes has the ball at the 8. I got to throw the ball. Got to get deep. Throw the ball, bro. There's Kelsey down to the 41, 42. They got to hurry up because they got to score. They got to score 3 times because on the 4th time is when they're going to go. They're going to go for the win. But with those 3 needs for scoring, dang, bro. Oh, my God. So Mahomes just got sacked with 7:30 left in the fourth quarter. clock's still running. What happened? I'm trying to see because I was like, oh, you need to throw the ball, but then I was like, who got him? Oh, he just kind of fell forward. He took the sack. 2nd and 18. But you're professionals. Whenever they affect whenever you're affecting 3 positions, it's like, yeah, maybe. Oh, you're done. But my argument, and maybe linemen don't make as much as Tom. Maybe Tom Brady's linemen don't make as much as Tom Brady, and so on and so forth. But you're still professionals. Like, I can't expect anything less of you as a lineman than to know. Because the thing is, you gotta know where everybody's going, anyways. Yeah, it sucks. Yeah, Patrick Mahomes, he's hurting now more than even before. Well, that's a big penalty. 15, yep. 15-yard penalty. That's a big penalty to help the Chiefs. They said it was Pierre-Paul. Oh, man. Well, I don't know. No, that was... I'd say the penalty was more on number 45, not number 90. I think they called it number 90. Or did they call it 45? I don't know, either way. No, I think they called it number 90, which... No, I feel like it was more 45, but... Patrick Mahomes was like, ah. He's like, it hurts. It hurts. Get him off of me. Throw the ball, bro. What the heck are you doing? It's hard to even call it a chance now because 6:30 left in the 4th quarter, down by 3 touchdowns and a 2-point conversion. Throw the ball, bro. Well, at least it stops the clock. Let's see. Gotta go out of bounds, bro. What the heck are you doing? You're running the ball. 3rd and 1. 6 minutes left. And now he's really hurting. Mahomes is... Now he's limping. Before, it's like, oh, like, whatever it is bothering him. But now he's, like, limping. Well, it's his 2nd Super Bowl. As long as he's been playing for 15 years, and it's like, oh, this has not been easy. It's like, well, yeah. I don't expect a back-to-back. They even talk about how back-to-backs are very rare. Now, what, they have to use another timeout? Stop the... So now they got another first down, but the clock's still running. 5:30 left in the 4th quarter. Damn, it was a flag. Damn. Holding? Seems like there's a holding penalty. Damn. 10-yard penalty. Oh, my goodness.
There's your backup tackle. It's just hard because now you're trying to come back. But watch him right here. He's going to ride Nelson.
I just sent a text to my dad saying penalties are killing KC. Yeah, but they've been calling a bunch, even on Tampa Bay in the 1st quarter, 2nd quarter. Those couple penalties that they did call on Tampa Bay, they were very minor, but they were calling them. So I'm not surprised. It's not that it's good or bad call, but I'm not surprised that they're calling these. And then the game's almost over. Did he catch it? No. Second and 10, 5 minutes, 3 seconds left in the fourth quarter. We're trying to see what ends up being here, but as the time winds down, Tom Brady proves how good he is again. Sorry, bro. It's not your year. Oh, actually, it is your year. You still went to the Super Bowl. You probably won't get MVP, but what's going on? They got a fan that run on. That's awesome. So it's halfway through. That's hilarious. So they had a guy run onto the field and run. In the case that you're not watching and you're tuning in, I appreciate it for sticking with me for this long of an episode. But now they went to commercial break, and my dad just texted me. He's like, they're beating themselves. I said, yep. Like since halfway through the second quarter, Kansas City, they've been beating themselves, and at that point, it wasn't even. It was just them beating themselves with penalties and then allowing, Tom Brady to capitalize on those penalties. Because remember that first penalty? That first penalty, I believe, was the interception that got called back, and they ended up getting the ball back. And so, with that, that's it. Dun dun dun. FBI and FBI Most Wanted. Pretty cool. Yeah, we ain't going through the presentation. We just need to get to the triple zeros, and we'll close this out ourselves. 5 minutes left. It's not impossible, but 3 touchdowns and a. Ooh. And Ndamukong Suh. I think he used to play for the. I thought it was sub, but apparently it's Sioux football. I think he used to play for. He's the one who got in trouble for something or other when he played for the Dolphins. Right? He played for. Let's see who he all played for. I thought he played for the Dolphins. He played for the Buccaneers. He got drafted by. Yeah, he did play for the Dolphins. So, he played for the Rams, the Dolphins. Can you just show me who he's played for? People are so extra. Just show me who he plays for. Detroit Lions in 2010, Miami Dolphins 2015, Rams for 1 year, 2018 currently with Tampa Bay Buccaneers for the past 2 years. Yeah. All these superstars. I didn't even, and like I said, I didn't even realize how all these super Pierre-Paul, Sue, that is really a stacked defense. Damn, he's still running back and it's not working. He's still doing it. That's it. Game's over. They're gonna call that penalty on. Hey, 31, you're an idiot for Tampa Bay. Yeah, he's taunting him, bro. I would just call it unsportsmanlike contact. I wouldn't have said necessarily taunting. I forget about the taunting penalty, but okay, after the play, that makes sense. Yeah, I would have called it just unsportsmanlike, give him 15-yard penalty.
I don't like that or condone that at all.
Maybe they're trying to figure out if it's taunting or. Oh, they're trying to figure out where they're going to put the ball.
He's doing his sign that Tyreek does when he scores a touchdown.
I didn't know that. Unsportsmanlike. That's what I said. Crazy. Well,
Before the celebration in Tampa gets the Knights
I would have been like, nah, shut the fuck up, you dumbass. That's what I would have told him, even if he's on my team. Hey, you dummy. Shut up. It's like, we're already winning. That's where I wouldn't get along with some people because of that. It's just like, no, shut up. And then again, if I were in that situation, I wouldn't have learned the things I've learned, do the things I would do. But then you have your humble winners, and you have those guys that are good leaders and whatnot. And it's like I wouldn't, I don't want to follow him. And the thing is, the kids that are watching this guy and whatnot, and they're like, oh, I want to do that. And now you start seeing all these kids throwing signs and stuff when they're playing football and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, it's cool. And nonetheless, I mean, what Mahomes is gonna have to do now is get to a healthy state and get himself right, because he's good. I mean, I mean, the first quarter, second quarter, he played well, but that his defense and did not help, and the defense for the Buccaneers, they're just monsters, they're savages. So there's not much you can do when you're playing the better team. I'm not gonna say it's an obvious better team, but given the character up until this very these I think 2 penalties that happened in this fourth quarter. Outside of that, it's been fine. I'm trying to think if I have one more story for y'all as we start wrapping up these closing minutes. 3 minutes 58 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Kansas City 9, Tampa Bay 31. Tampa Bay just got the ball back. Mm-hmm.
He's gone to 10 Super Bowls. He has now won his 7th Super Bowl. And I talked about it earlier in the week. If Patrick Mahomes would have won this game, it would have went from 6 to 2, and that's a mountain you can climb. 7 to 1 means that Mahomes now has to probably get to 8. We're only talking about him because we think he's that special and that good. This will hurt and sting.
Yeah, but he's young. But for me, it's just the hell. Tony Romo. So Tony Romo's, I don't know. I need to see how this audio is connecting with me recording on this microphone. But biggest thing is just getting healthy again, because it was obvious this last drive where his foot was really, really starting to just bother him and kind of like mess with him, and not mess with his head, like he was still trying to move, and he's playing on it as if nothing's hurt. But then in the breaks, in the in betweens,
Monday to get his team to have a great scheme, this year, and learning all new players and offenses. Again, the Verizon.
it's that grind. It's a grind. I feel like we're all trying to get to that place where we're willing to get up at 5 a.m. for a study. A study to prepare for the week. Whatever the equivalent we think is to what Tony Romo was talking about Tom Brady, and getting up at 5 a.m. to do these scout studies to get ready for the next week after playing a Sunday night game and whatnot, and the constant grind that has led Tony Romo to now winning 7 Super Bowls, being to 10 total. I mean, 7-3 for a Super Bowl record. I mean, it's literally crazy. It's literally nuts. And look, it's going deep now, and why not? That's probably what happened. They're probably like, why not? Let's just go deep. 4th and 5. They're going to punt it off.
Just want to send along our thoughts and prayers for the little girls and children that were injured in the car crash Thursday night involving head coach Andy Reid's son Britt. Multi-vehicle accident.
Oh, shoot.
In a car hit by Reid's car, Britt Reid's car. He's the outside linebacker coach. Seriously injured, one involving life-threatening injuries, and seen the picture of the little girl. And
So they're talking about an accident that happened last week, I guess, leading into this game, and they're sending their shout outs to them. That sucks. I gotta be careful out there, doing the work that I'm doing now. It's hard because I'm not paranoid. I don't feel like I am, but then maybe subconsciously given the things that I've seen, whether no matter how minor or how major so far. It's like, yeah, you guys, I mean, be careful. I said it here towards the end. I try to wrap it up with something positive, but then also like, hey, take care of yourself, take care of your friends, take care of each other, take care of your teams, mentally and physically, for yourself and for others, and be a little more considerate than than you were yesterday. Have a little more empathy than you did yesterday. Cause man, you just never know. And that's it. Did it bounce off the ground? Miss Sarah was like, no. Ball's down. She's like, come on. Dave was like, oh, come on, I caught it now. Oh yeah, it bounced off through. That was very close though. That was very close. It looked like it almost bounced off his hand. Yeah, that's what David. Okay, that's what David's saying. Like, oh, it bounced off the hand. But yeah, just taking care of each other, and I progressively I'm learning that obviously the time you don't get back. There's there's a lot of like variables and stuff that these cliches that you don't get them back, but don't wait till the end to accept it. There's fears of everything. 2:50 left in the fourth quarter. But damn. I think his hands got caught. Yeah. His hands got caught, or number 24. He's the one who he deflected a pass right now. Maybe he did land wrong. It's a flag. I thought there was a face mask there on that guy 24 who's now hurt. Mahomes like, come on. I'm like, bro. I guess you want to score if you can, close the gap by a touchdown. What? 9 + 7 would be 16 to 31. Oh, yeah. Can't blame him. Yep, there was a penalty on who? Kansas City. He ain't got a cramp. How do professional? Okay, I don't know, and this is me going out on a limb, but how are you 100% you get cramps in the professional football league? I want now. I guess as to continue this closeout, these long minutes. I wonder hairstyles. They're showing hairstyles of Tom Brady as he's gone through with the Patriots and then to now. But where does Brady go from here? Does he call it? He has 7 out of 10. Does he call it? He's come back another year because he's like, well, screw it. Why not? Throw the ball, bro. This is a moment where this Patrick Mahomes, this character of going on a limb, making these, I won't call them foolish passes because they worked for him, but, bro, throw the ball. Throw the ball. And I wonder what changes, if any. Which, I mean, I feel like they'll happen, but I wonder what changes, again, if any, are going to happen for the Chiefs as they end this year and go into next season. Because I won't be watching the draft and all that stuff. I'll wait till, or it won't be until whenever that football comes up again that I'll start seeing. Oh, this person, as far as even the Buccaneers, seeing how many defensive players they have on their team from a bunch of other teams that I remember, Sue, I remember with the Dolphins because that wasn't even his first team. Pierre-Paul with the Giants. I forgot about that. I didn't even know he was still playing. But stuff like that, just change like that that will happen. Um,
Next year they should be head coaches. On 4th and 3, they complete it to Robinson for the first down.
2-minute warning.
Take us to the 2-minute challenge. Because this is one of the
Mhm.
great sign-offs at the 2-minute. I would love to hear it. You got 5.
Last 2 minutes of the NFL league. Man, 3 hours and 44 minutes. I mean, it's going to be a little bit shorter because of the whole halftime thing and me going to have a sandwich, but interesting ploy, interesting day. Because really, even this morning, I've made sure the episode was uploaded. I made sure one of the episodes was uploaded and done. And I needed to upload the next one, and this will be the following. This will be the third episode, for that's coming up. But, yeah, that was today, and then it's about time to go to sleep. Almost. Now the congratulations are starting. There's about 2 minutes left. 31-9. This is all that's left of the 2020 season, the COVID season. Crazy how all that happened. So Tom Brady on his own has more wins than the Patriots and the Steelers, which they each have 6 Super Bowls. That's pretty cool. It'll be interesting when the next person. I don't think actually it'll be Mahomes that beats that record, but it'll be interesting and cool to see who gets to reach that level. There's plenty of good quarterbacks. I still love the Drew Brees, the Randy Rodgers, Aaron Rodgers. Mahomes obviously in there, but for me, that game's officially over. So Buccaneers. White, number 45, just intercepted the ball from that defense. They proved it tonight.
Let's give them a share of the Super Bowl or the MVP trophy, right? What they've done in the playoffs to hold Breeze
Good for them.
and Mahomes at bay. How about that set of quarterbacks? Has it ever been harder?
Crazy. Gronkowski retirement's a joke. So I mean, is it not a joke? I mean, come on. I say that with a very neutral feelings because it's so funny how he was out of retirement, then he came out of retirement. It's like when the Garth Brooks went on retiring 5 times, and then he just couldn't stop. You just can't stop playing music. So it's the same thing. It's so funny. I guess because I have that Garth Brooks example in my head, it's you'd say, "Oh, I'm retired." Then you come out of retirement. It's like, no, you just took a break. It's so funny. It's so funny. What, 2 more plays maybe? Wow, Sue's first Super Bowl title. That's because he's been with some good teams too.
Played like he was young with Spagnuolo again. What a performance. Listen to him now. Listen to him.
Brady's fired up. That's what they're talking about. Brady's fired up.
For Tampa Brady was just
Tampa Brady, get out of here.
making that a reality and researching development.
That's crazy. Crazy. I will say, though, at the beginning of the year when I heard Tom Brady going to the Bucs, I'm like, what's he doing going over there? And then as he started picking up steam and, getting closer to playoffs, getting closer to the Super Bowl,
Impossible season was trying
crazy.
that you'd get it all.
I wouldn't say I was a naysayer necessarily, but I was like, what is he doing? What do you mean Tampa Bay? How is Tom Brady going to Tampa Bay from the New England Patriots? How? How is he doing this? And yeah, and it's cool. I mean, he may have proved some people wrong. He may have just proved, hey, and we're finally at 0. Tampa Bay wins 31-24. Kansas City 9 is the final for the big game Super Bowl. I've been saying Super Bowl already. 55. Really cool. Gronkowski, Tom Brady, all these guys, all these crazy times. COVID was one for the books, including Tom Brady taking Tampa Bay to a Super Bowl. Because in reality, I mean, he really did. It's not only him that like they were talking about, the defense did it too. But damn, you weren't gonna hear Tampa Bay without hearing Brady's name in there too. So with that, it's time to regroup and get ready for the week. I hope you have a good week. By the time you see this, I actually don't know when this will be uploaded. When probably Thursday, like a normal, but there will be one that would be released before this. Just because that's what makes sense for me. But I like this lens that they use, whatever lens they use. But yeah. But nonetheless, when you do see this, hopefully you've enjoyed it. You stuck with me the 3 hours and 50 minutes that we've been doing this. Even if you come in and out with me, you're eating your own sandwiches, whatever you're doing. But nonetheless, it's part of moving with life. It's another little monumental time that I hope will be seen in the future as like, a time that we got to share together, a time that was documented as far as things that happen, events that happen. Sometimes it's national event, sometimes it's a thing that happens on the street. But I'll still close out with take care of your friends, take care of yourself, mentally and physically, take care of each other, take care of your teams, hold the line in whatever circle you're in. And I hope you have a good rest of the week, wherever I end up posting this episode. But we'll see you all very, very soon.